Ethereum, the new version of everything. Bitcoin 2.0. Gold 2.0. Money 2.0. Financial markets 2.0. Internet of Things 1.0. Internet of Everything 1.0. Web 3.0.
Hello, this is your host Ricardo F. Gonsalves speaking again. Good morning to you. Today I'm driving a little bit early, and my time it's 6:30 in the morning. So I'm going to go pick up some guys to help me to sort out my house. I need to do some painting and all sorts. A couple of cracks and things are not looking too good. I'm out and about early. Sure, I just wanted to talk to you today about Ethereum. For those of you who may not know, Ethereum is an altcoin or alternative coin similar to Bitcoin. It's kind of it's also a cryptocurrency, and it's got at the moment the second largest market share. That's interesting. It rose fairly quickly. It started officially last year, 2015, around about June, July. It wasn't worth very much, and then it went through a rally period last year, end of the year, around about from, I'd say, December 2015 through to March 2016. It started rallying quite nicely, and it reached a point of $14 per ether. Now, ether is a unit of measure of Ethereum. Now, think about it this way. If you had bought it when it was around about $1 per ether last year, June, and you had held on to it, let's say you bought yourself, I don't know, let's say you bought yourself $1,000 worth. And now, at the end of March, it spiked up to $14 per ether in March 2016. So that's less than 1 year. It's about sort of 8 to 9 months if you bought it right at the start, or even if you bought it like towards the end of 2015, then you'd only have gone through about 6 months worth of wait, and it would have already gone up to $14 per ether, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 1,400% increase, or 14 times. So your $1,000 would now be worth $14,000, and if you'd put in $100,000, you'd have $1.4 million in 6 months. Where else do you get growth like that? It's insane. So anyway, it did take a bit of a downturn again. The market started to correct. Lots of speculators sold when it was up at its high value, which brought the price back down in the region to $8.50 per ether. Stabilized there for a while. Then there was news that Ether founder Vitalik Buterin was going to sell, or had sold, 25% of his Ethereum holdings, or Ether holdings. And there was a big thing in the press about this, and he even made a comment. He was quite irritated that people were focusing so much on the speculative aspect of Ether, and he said, just go and use it, go and build something. The fact is, Ethereum was meant to be building blocks for decentralized software, for online software that cannot be destroyed, because pieces of it are in every computer all over the world. It's essentially what Ethereum is. Okay. Now, Ethereum has been described as a couple of things. It's been described as Gold 2.0. Okay, it inherits that from Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also known as Gold 2.0. Basically, the rationale behind that is that many years ago, in the time of the gold rush, one had to mine for gold. Gold was scarce. It wasn't something that was readily available. There's a finite amount of gold in the world. Once you mine it all, there's no more gold left. Which is the same thing with Bitcoin and Ether. There is a capped amount of coins that can be mined, and once those have been mined, there will be no more coins. So there's limited supply, same as gold. And so, same as gold, cryptocurrencies can be used to hedge against the dollar or hedge against any currency. So hence why, there's a few more reasons as well, but these are the simple ones. Hence why it's known as Gold 2.0. Now, Ethereum takes one step further. Not only is it Gold 2.0, it's also Internet or Web 3.0. Now, we all know Web 2.0. 2.0 is basically when things became more graphical and it started looking, a little bit nicer and responsive themes and all that sort of story. Now, Internet 3.0 is an interactive internet where the internet can interact with other things in your life, which brings to mind the Internet of Things, IoT. There's a big I, small o, and big T. I don't know if you've heard this acronym thrown around, but basically lots of big companies like Samsung are trying to incorporate Internet of Things, where basically appliances will talk to other appliances, or it'll talk back to the manufacturer and tell it it's about to malfunction, it needs repairs, or your fridge will basically tell you that it's running out of milk or something to that effect. There's a lot of applications for it. There's lots of people developing Internet of Things devices. Basically, it's a device that will be linked up to the internet, and the code that runs those things, it looks like it's going to be Ether or Ethereum code, and then it's fueled by Ether, which is basically Ether coin, but you have to buy this in order to execute your code. So if you write a specific program that says, okay, my fridge is going to basically go onto the internet and send out a signal and through an API of sorts, and then basically tell me that it's run out of X amount of products, or it's going to tell the manufacturer when it's running low on gas, and the manufacturer must come and regas the fridge. For that code to execute, it's going to use small amounts of Ether as payment to run the code on the system, so that people can essentially mine it. So what happens is those transactions have to be verified, so that's where mining comes into place. So that transaction between the fridge and the remote server, as it were, or yourself, has to be verified, and that's where the mining comes in, to verify that. If you don't know what mining is, just do a quick research on the internet about crypto coin mining and it'll explain it a bit better, I'm sure. I'll do a video on it at some point. Anyhow, yeah, so that's what has to happen there. Next thing is Ethereum is also going to be money 2.0 or financial markets 2.0. There's a whole thing about this. Basically, we've got gold 2.0, we've got internet 3.0, and now we've got money 2.0. It's the next step from physical hard cash or bank money, banknote money, checks, that sort of thing, right to decentralized money, digital money in the form of altcoins or cryptocurrency. That's the future of money, which is the second version of money 2.0. So we've got Ethereum having three qualities, two of which Bitcoin possess, and the third which second which Bitcoin does not, which is Internet 3.0. So Ethereum is pretty much geared to take on Bitcoin head on. Not only can it act as money, same as Bitcoin can, but it can also provide a layer of support for people to create their own programs. It's a whole development framework for decentralized programs. Now, going on to that, so excuse me, I'm a bit sniffy this time. It must be the morning air. I'm not used to it. So anyhow, what's interesting about Ether and Ethereum is that the price. Okay, we were talking about it stabilized at $8.50, and then it dropped slightly to about $7.30 per Ether after the announcement of its founder Vitalik Buterin that he would sell about 25% of his holdings. Now, I was skeptical as well. Luckily, I bought a couple of bucks worth of Ether when it was sitting in the region of about $8.50, somewhere around there. Anyway, didn't buy too much, maybe about $200 in total. But hey, I thought I'd see and just sort of play around. I bought some Bitcoin as well. I like to keep, a few things. I'm starting to become a bit of a coin collector. A little bit of each coin, just in case it spikes up. Another one that's pretty cool is Aurora coin. That may have a possibility of sparking up. It's getting a lot of media attention. I'll try to do a video segment on that at some point, I think. But anyway, what is interesting, about 2 days ago, Ether was still sitting around $7 something mark, $7.30, $7.50 mark. And I thought, well, you know what, is this thing gonna go down? Is it gonna go up? Is it gonna what? But anyway, this morning, I woke up, I had a look at my currency tickers. There's a cool program called CoinCap. So it's on iOS, but I don't know if it's on Android. It could be. It's by the makers of Shapeshift, and it basically gives you all the prices of all the coins at current market rates, and you can sort it out by market cap. You can sort it out by percentage change, which means the ones that change the most in the last 24 hours, which is interesting. And you can create your own little virtual portfolios where you can speculate if you had held this amount of coin, how much would it be worth now? And so you basically got a spot price or a spot value of all your assets that you would have theoretically held if you had bought them, or you can use it for your actual portfolio to just kind of keep track of what you have, how many coins you have of your actual portfolio in one place. Anyhow, I checked that, and the price of Ethereum, of Ether, shot up to $9 and some change. I can't remember, $9.13 or something at that point. I was like, whoa, that is a big change for 2 days. Imagine a speculative trader. They could have shorted it all the way down from $8.50 to $7.33 and made a handsome profit. Shorting is basically betting on it going down. You borrow money from other traders to then buy the coin at $8.50, and then you buy the coin back and sell it back to the trader when it's hit your predetermined low amount of, let's say, $7.33. So you could have shorted that all the way down. Now you can go long, or normal trading methods of anticipating that you're going to profit off the stock going up. So from down at $7.33, you could have bought again, or even if you had it at $8.50, now it's going to shoot up to $9. I mean, from $7.50 to $9 is basically a $1 increase in 2 days. Now, geez, my percentage is not so good. but that's more than 10%. 10% of, let's see, of $8.50 would be 85 cents. So which means $1.50. Probably just call it a 20% increase in 2 days. That is a lot. It is more than some people get in an investment in a whole year, or in the bank over 20 years if you're in the Eurozone only getting 1% or negative interest rates. That is cool. That is why I'm liking Ethereum right now. This volatility is seriously tradable. I wish I was a trader. If anyone knows how I can trade better, please drop me a line, share some tips. Maybe we'll publish that for other people to learn how to trade as well. Anyway, I've reaching my destination, so that's me for now. Check out Ether. Oh, and the reason why it increased is because DAOhub.org is selling its tokens. Now, the DAO Hub is a decentralized autonomous organization type software which helps you build programs on the Ether platform. And the DAO Hub is issuing tokens which you can buy if you hold Ether, and you buy them with Ether. So people are basically buying Ether to convert them to DAO tokens. Now, in the next 13 or so days, the token price remains the same. Then afterwards, the token price is going to hike. So I presume people are going to wait until almost the end of the 13 days to see if this DAO Hub is going to be viable, and then start pumping it and buying shares in it, for which they hope to get a return later. Check out DAOhub.org, see for yourself. I think Ether will spike again before that first 14-day price period has ended. So check that out, follow it. I don't know much about DAOhub at the moment, I haven't researched it, but have a look. Anyway, that's me signing out, Ricardo F. Gonsalves. Goodbye. Hi everyone, I'm doing this again. I'm adding another segment to this video. I'd already shot one episode and I didn't quite finish it, I don't think. I was a bit rushed on that one. Luckily I never posted it, so I can add a little bit more onto it. We're still talking about Ethereum. Now, there's been a lot of developments since I filmed the other video from the Crypto Drive. Well, it's actually this video, in fact, which is just basically carrying on. I've just spliced them together. The new developments basically is this. We've got the Winklevoss twins. I don't know if you've heard of them. They were instrumental in the Facebook saga. They were allegedly the ones that first hired Mark Zuckerberg to create Facebook for them, and then he went off and did it for himself. So, but they have a lot of money. These guys are billionaires. So they also did their own sort of their own things in the digital sphere. I'm not sure what other projects they did, but anyway, they've done other things. And one of which they've created their own exchange. It's called Gemini. I'll put the link on this YouTube video now in the comments section. Now, what's happening is Gemini predominantly was a Bitcoin exchange in the US. This Monday, the 9th, hope to have this video out before then, but if I don't, well, it's going to be retrospective. They're going to be adding Ethereum onto the exchange, so you'll be able to trade Ethereum on the Gemini exchange, which is quite a big deal. I think this will make it more accessible to a lot of people in the US, and may create some buy-side demand. So look out for a price there. At the moment, I'm finding it reasonable to buy Ethereum in the mid $9 range. So if I pick up Ethereum at an exchange for $9.50, $9.60, I don't mind buying it. And then or anything lower, of course. At rates higher than that, I would only sell. I wouldn't buy. Not higher than 9.6 right now, US dollars. I think next week it's going to go up a lot more after the Winklevoss twins' exchanges added Ethereum on. You can currently park your Ethereum coins on there. You can send it to the exchange, but you can't trade on them until Monday. So that's a big thing. Another big thing is, I can't even remember if I touched on this in the first part of this video, but the creator of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, he is also a founder of another company that is based on Ethereum. They call it DAO. I'll call it the DAO actually. But there's something more to that. It's got I've got the link on here. Anyhow, DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and they're holding a crowd sale at the moment, where for the first 14 days you can convert your Ethereum on a 1:1 basis and get DAO coins for it. So basically, 1 Ethereum equals 1 DAO coin.
Ricardo, sorry, you are mistaken. The DAO token crowd sale initial offering is actually 1 Ether to 100 DAO tokens, which means each Ether you convert will give you 100 DAO tokens. After 14 days this ratio drops and you get less DAO tokens for your Ether.
What this organization is going to do, okay, first of all, Vitalik Buterin is one of the members of this organization. There's a whole bunch of other guys from the ETH core, so the Ethereum core developers. They're also involved in this as well. If you go onto their website, it's got all their faces on there, it's got all their details and names and exactly who's who in the zoo. And there's quite a lot of top-end guys involved in this. And it's also linked with Slockit as well. Slockit is it's a lock with that can interface with the blockchain, and basically you can give it instructions or get data from it using blockchain and cryptography in a decentralized system. So it's actually a physical lock, like a padlock, and it's got a digital segment of it. I haven't really read too much in depth as to what you can do with it, but I know it's part of the Internet of Things, and you can interact with it and do some cool stuff. Now that project is going to be incorporated into the DAO. So the DAO is going to be sort of investing into this project as one of its investment vehicles. So what's basically going to happen is, if you are one of the shareholders or holders of the DAO coin, you will be able to have a vote. You will be able to steer the direction in which funds of the DAO are used, one of which is proposed to use towards Slockit. And there will also be other humanitarian things which are not for profit as well, that they will be involved in. And then once the for-profit ventures start yielding income, they will, at their discretion, distribute income to the various token holders, the DAO token holders. So that's quite interesting. The fact that Vitalik Buterin is going to be involved in it is interesting. He wants, obviously, to make money. He's an entrepreneur, so he's not going to let this thing go down the tubes, I don't think. Which brings me to another interesting thing. I don't think anybody's really touched on this or even really picked up on this, but this is interesting. I was talking earlier in this video how the price dropped of Ethereum when Vitalik sold off 25% of his Ethereum. Now I'm just thinking about this thing carefully, right? If I were Vitalik and I wanted to make some money, I know people are watching me. I know that, alright, if I dump 25% of my coins, the price is probably going to go down. So that's what I do. I dump some coins, price goes down by quite a bit. Then maybe I use another account or another wallet, or I get one of my family or friends to then buy up a lot of Ethereum at this lower rate. I just give them the money in dollars or in another coin or whatever, and then they convert it to Ethereum at the lower rate. Then I know that already we've got this other project coming up which is linked to Ethereum, the DAO, which I'm a part of if I'm Vitalik. So I know that once that gets released onto the market, the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. Alright, so now I've just artificially made the market go down, bought a whole bunch of coins at a cheap rate, and now seen it skyrocket up to about $9.6 or so. So you're getting a good 30% increase on your money in a couple of weeks, whereas people only normally see that through traditional investing in a couple of years. So that's pretty that's a bit of a conspiracy theory, but it's not a bad one. I don't think anyone else has thought along those lines of what may have happened. Anyway, big up to him. I don't care, because, well, he's making money by being smart, so why not? But there's still opportunities for all of us. It will help other people buy in low and cheap and sell it again at a higher rate, or just keep on holding it until it goes up even higher. I think with this new exchange, Gemini, coming into play, I reckon Bitcoin's going to breach the $10 mark, even possibly $11 mark. It'll be trading in between 10 and 11 pretty soon. Yeah, and with the DAO, there was also the other crowd sale, Digix, which is similar as well. And it's also a decentralized organization that allows you to do other things. I think it allows you to digitally trade in assets. So you could link it to gold bars or things like that. This one is specifically traceable, like traditionally with Dash or Bitcoin, you don't really want people knowing what your transactions are, where they're going to and from where. So you want to kind of mix your coins or hide them, hide the to and from addresses. But with Digix, the idea is to have it publicly auditable, because they are linked to assets, like an asset registry of property or gold or something of that sort, which has to be verifiable and cannot be kept behind closed doors, as so to speak, and controlled by one entity. You want everybody to be able to verify that that item is yours and is trackable. So if you want to own a fractional piece of gold, you would own one of these Digix coins, and that will give you a certain weighting of gold or whatever the underlying asset is at the time, and it's fully traceable back to you being the owner. So then it also helps with many other scenarios with asset tracking in companies and that sort of thing. So that's what I think Digix is all about. Again, there's so much new stuff in the cryptocurrency market that it's difficult to know too much about every single one, and you just kind of read up a little bit of each one and get an overview. But yeah, that's what I kind of read out of it. Anyway, the DAO is also another crowdfunding sort of crowd sale initiative, where they had initial crowd sale and everyone's going mad and basically using Ethereum to convert it to the DAO coin, same as what happens with the Digix. And I picked up one trend here, is that every time there's a significant crowd sale of an Ethereum based product, the price of Ethereum goes up because there's more demand. People want to buy more Ethereum coins to be able to convert them to the other type of token. So the price generally goes up, and could go up by $1 even, as much as that, by $1, which is significant when your coin is trading below $10. That's, yeah, it could mean a 15 to 20% increase depending on what the price of Ethereum is at the time. So that's basically that. And so it's interesting. Have a look at the DAO, see what and how you get involved in it is through your Ethereum wallet, Mist. Download the Ethereum wallet from the ethereum.org website. Let it download all of the entire blockchain DAG files of Ethereum. It's pretty big, it's quite like 2 or 3 gigs in size. Takes my slow connection took about 2 days, well no, about a night and a bit to download this whole thing. So just leave it and go away and have some coffee and watch a movie and come back later, and then you'll be able to see an option to buy a contract in the DAO, and that will then lock in your Ethereum coins to be able to get DAO tokens. And which is interesting. Another topic that people have been discussing is, well, what happens if a majority of the people who own Ethereum put all their Ethereum into the DAO? What happens with Ethereum then? Well, that's going to increase the price of Ethereum again, because there's going to be a short supply, and until more are mined, there's going to be a short supply in the market, and the price is going to go up because people are going to need Ethereum to run their programs and that sort of thing. So they'll become more costly, and then the price is going to go up. Well, the price is going to go up, so it'll become more costly to buy each Ethereum coin. So as an investor, yeah, it's a good thing that people are investing into the DAO. If you keep on holding Ethereum, your price should be going up as well. And the DAO has got its benefits as well. That one could also go up as well, depending on what projects they invest in, etc. So that's all very interesting. So lots of things happening in the Ethereum space. Yeah, the Ethereum wallet's been upgraded. They've had a few more launches of new versions, and becoming more stable and more powerful. And it's, I think, one of the few wallets that you can use to initiate a contract from it. And you can even mine a little bit of coin on the testnet, as far as I've been told. And you can get some Ethereum coin for development purposes. So the whole Ethereum market is very interesting. It's multifaceted. There's just so much. It's like an entire rabbit hole. And just before we go, I must just tell you that it looks like it's only switching over to proof of stake next year. Might not even be as early as January. It might be later on. Might have a couple extra months. So you can still mine it, go crazy before it, and accumulate as much Ethereum as you can before it gets to the proof of stake phase, where there'll be no more mining, but you'll earn money by holding it. Proof of stake is not the steak that you eat, although it's quite a cool image. It's a steak with a flag on it. It says my steak. So that's basically what it is. This is my steak. I'm saying that this belongs to me. It's actually spelled S-T-A-K-E, like staking the ground. Back probably from the days of the pilgrims, when they used to stake a piece of land, they used to go there with their flag, with their family crest on it, and stake it into the ground and say, this is the land I want. That's pretty much the idea. So proof of stake is showing that I own this land. So you want to let the blockchain interrogate your wallet and tell the blockchain that you own X amount of Ethereum, and you'll be rewarded for owning it and holding it, and you'll earn sort of like interest on it, in a way, you can call it that, rather than having to mine to accumulate more Ethereum. That's basically the difference between proof of work, which is mining, because you're physically working to try and get it, or proof of stake, showing that you own it, proving that you own it, and based on what you own, you will earn interest on that. That's basically what it is. So you want to try and get as much of it as possible to own in the short term. Alright, okay, maybe I might do this thing in a 2-part episode. This is pretty long. But anyway, thanks for watching, and keep up to date with Ethereum stuff. It's a lot of stuff happening in the Ethereum sphere. And yeah, tell me about it. If you've got a company or new startup involved with Ethereum, please let me know. Just contact me on Telegram. Contact me on the YouTube channel, or any of the other available ways shown in the comment section of this YouTube video. Just let me know, and maybe we can do a segment on it. Maybe we can have an interview. I can talk to you, and we can post a video up here and explaining a bit about what you're doing. And let's help the Ethereum community grow. Let's make each of our stakes grow more juicy by next year. Alright, that's me, Ricardo F. Gonsalves, signing off at the Crypto Drive. Driving cryptocurrencies into your lives, into your minds, and into the future. Have a good day. Cheers for now.